Colby, you know what this podcast is?
Oh, what's that, Barry?
It is, and it will always be, a celebration. So profound.
That is that. I want to make that into a T-shirt.
What's going on, guys? My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the third week of
Heroes Don't Always Win month.
And you know what? And today, this week's, it's less depressing.
Much less depressing.
than the previous 2 weeks. And this is, you know, I should have known that somehow this man would sneak a movie in like this. And, you know, he scoured the internet for at least one movie that could fit into this category, and he's done it.
I had 4 movies, and 3 of them were like, that's this month. And then the 4th one, I was like, I'm not sure, maybe. And then I just happened to watch this movie, and I was like, oh, I love this movie, and it fits the category. We're changing the 4th movie.
And I would have to actually, I want to say this. This might be the greatest version or the greatest movie of this genre. Because I was thoroughly entertained throughout the whole movie. And I was like, well, I mean, obviously there's still the original, like the OG Mr. Spielberg one made.
Right.
You know, but it's time to, you know, it's like let sleeping dogs lie. You know, this might be like after so many iterations of this genre.
Right. Yeah.
You know, them being in tornadoes, in houses, in ghost form.
Ghosts. Yep.
This might have to be the greatest shark movie of the modern day.
Definitely the best one out so far this year.
Because you know what the funny thing about this is, like, you could arguably say Megalodon could be that, but that one was pandering a little bit to certain markets.
It was,
which kind of took you out of it, but this one was just straight shark movie.
Yeah, and the Megalodon ones, both the Megs, I enjoyed, but both of them left me like they just needed to push it just a little more. It just didn't. Neither one of them quite hit the mark.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I do have to correct myself. This is a contender for the greatest modern day shark movie because still to this day, Deep Blue Sea still has my heart.
Yes.
So now we gotta tell you what the movie is, and we got the Rhyme Fest time for you. Right. Rhyme Fest. Funny enough, deepest, darkest, my hat is like a shark's fin. The mayor of Paris is gonna have trouble with this PR spin for this tragedy, but the government not caring, that's not news to me. Oh, their credit has very low merits. So let's find out in this movie under Paris.
Guys, you don't know, 90% of these, he's written down, he's reading them like off of the computer screen, off a piece of paper, off his notes. This one was off the cuff, and it's top 5 of all his rhymes he's done.
Of course you would say this for this shark movie. But today we're going to be talking about the 2024 Netflix Parisian film.
Yes.
Which I'm kind of upset about that. That Paris is going to make one of the greatest modern day shark movies ever. A country filled with quitters. No, I'm just kidding. It's always a joke, right? France always gets like the butt end of these like quitter jokes. But, you know, every time you hear about, like, people going to, like, Paris to, like, shop.
Right.
Their retail workers are just like, oh, yeah, get whatever you want. Like, they don't care, you know? They don't care if they make the sale or not. So they just quit at that too. But no, yeah, well, okay, so before we get into actually talking about this movie, what made you, well, first of all, I guess it's a dumb question to be like, why'd you watch this shark movie, Colby?
Right, because every time a new shark movie comes out, I watch it. That's pretty much the thing.
But what got you into watching this movie?
It was really, I saw a commercial for it, and I was like, oh, Teresa, shark movie. And what were we watching? We were watching some series, and it ended, and it was like, oh, we don't have really enough time to really start a new series. Would you want to just throw on a movie?
Yeah.
And I was like, yes. And I know which movie I want to watch.
Oh, she
fell into it. Yeah,
she fell into that trap.
Yep.
She's like, when you finally started, you're like, god damn it.
Yeah, because I already saw Godzilla 1 minus 1 in the theaters. And so I was trying to convince her to watch that, but she was like, "No, let's watch something neither one of us have seen." And so I was like, "Okay, well, shark movie it is."
Little trivia: the main actress for this movie is in a French remake of Final Cut, the Japanese, zombie film. Oh my gosh, we gotta just watch that on our own time.
Yes,
that's amazing. Okay.
Because that movie was fantastic.
And
the original,
I'm not gonna lie, the main actress for this movie, she's kind of a girl crush. She can definitely get it. I believe she's like around Colby's age.
Okay, yeah. But
I could definitely still give it to her. But yeah, that's I was surprised, lovely. It was a lovely surprise on how much this movie was enjoyable to me, especially a French film.
Right. Yeah.
But let's get into it. This movie starts off where we get this horrible shot of the ocean and the dilapidated state.
Right. Was this the garbage island
graveyard or something?
Something like that. Yeah.
That's near maybe I don't know 100 miles away from Hawaii. And God, if it's really like that, I know everyone's like, you ignorant swines.
Right. And it's just it's basically where a rip current comes together, and so basically the trash that gets thrown into the ocean from 3 different continents kind of all just merges there, and there's a giant
plastic island,
just a collection of all the floating trash, just kind of.
We really don't deserve the earth, I'm just saying. But, there's so many biodegradable options.
Right.
But, no, and we're following this team of, marine life, science people.
Right.
Marine biologists. Jesus Christ, why did it take me that long to get there? But they have tagged a specific shark. And they're like, well, she's over here, so let's go see let's go find out what she's doing.
Right. Well, and partially because they're like, hey, we don't want the sharks that we tagged to go to this plastic island and then get trapped in crap and die.
Yeah, because there's a team of was it maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a team of 5 or 6 maybe.
Yeah.
And the main character and her husband are also I think they're the captains of this little voyage or thing and that, and they're they're marine biologists, so they want to save as much marine life as possible, right? And so the team goes to dive to try to check out everything is fine. They find a sperm whale that's been caught in all the plastic and has died.
Right.
But as they look closely inspected, it's there's a couple of bite marks on this little bad boy.
Big bite marks on this, yeah.
And they're just what is going on? And all of a sudden, 3 sharks kind of swim by.
Right. Yep.
Right, and they're like, oh, but these are professionals.
Mako sharks.
Yeah, Mako sharks. The same sharks from Deep Blue Sea. But they're like, oh, okay, everyone be still. Don't worry, it's fine. And they're kind of okay, they chill out. Me, I couldn't. I'd be shitting all over the place.
Which would just attract more sharks.
Would it? I thought you had to bleed unless unless you have a hard poop, But all of a sudden, number 7 is the shark that they have tagged, the one that they've been looking for. Yep. Funny enough, nicknamed Lilith.
Yep.
Who, I believe in biblical times is the whore of Babylon. It's also like one of the major characters of Magic the Gathering card game.
Yep.
She is gigantic.
Right. Yeah. So,
at least from like 3-4 weeks ago.
Well, at least maybe it was even like the previous season or whatever. But
it's only been like a couple weeks.
Has it only?
Yeah, that's why she's so like that's impossible.
Right. Okay. So, but yeah, they're like, you're like, hey, this can't be her. And then as she swims by, they're like, oh no, she's still tagged. Yeah. It's obvious. It's definitely her, but she's like 3 times larger than what she was.
She goes from 2.6 meters
or 6 meters to.
I don't remember. I think it was like 2.6 meters to 5.7.
Okay, yes.
Which is like a huge growth for the 2 to 3 weeks. Like, it's impossibly grown bigger than it should have.
Right. That's years worth of growth.
Yeah, like a season's worth probably, right? But they're just like, they're kind of like weirded out because all the sharks, I don't know how they can tell, but all the sharks that they've seen are all female.
Mm-hmm.
So
because male sharks have a
big ass penis.
That's it. And they got 2 little dangly things. They don't really.
Are they much more smaller too?
Not necessarily.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so weird. Like sometimes the males in like some animal species are smaller than the females. But no, and so they're like, hey, here, just take a sample. And then we can go. Like, we could see maybe there's something going on with these, with her biology.
Right, and maybe there's some kind of microplastics or something. Because I think that's actually what they said was.
Yeah, that's what they're looking for too.
The microplastics.
Yeah.
Maybe that's affecting these sharks and their hormones and their growth and stuff.
Microplastics, and so her husband goes near the shark. He kind of puts his hand on it, which I was like, man, these. White people, eh?
See, it's not just American white people; it's French
white people all over the world. But he ends up sticking her a little bit, to get like a little DNA sample.
Yeah.
But this absolutely pisses off Lola.
Oh yeah, no, she's having nothing to do with you giving me a little pokey.
And she absolutely shreds this dive team. And Sophia, she's badass.
Right.
She's like the Lara Croft of the shark world. Yeah. Because without zero hesitation, she jumps in there with a snorkel.
Oh, yeah, and a spear gun.
And
just dives off the side of the boat. No tank, no wetsuit.
She has like the smaller wetsuits.
Yeah, but it's no prepping for this.
No.
Grab and go.
Yeah, it's like the wetsuits that like swimmers wear, like in the Olympics. Yeah. I think that's what you wear under. It's like some of the under stuff. But no, and as like she jumps into the thing, she clears her vision from all the plastic. Her husband's arm is floating there, and it shows you the ring, just to make sure you knew it was her husband. Yep. And all of a sudden, she sees Lilith just swimming towards her.
Yeah.
And so she tries to spear Lilith.
Would she like kind of just points and
scares it,
Yeah, and
but no, Lilith like kind of like maneuvers around her, and then she gets caught up in a net.
Yeah.
And Lilith is taking her to the depths, to as deep as a shark could possibly go.
Right.
But first of all, Sophia should have been dead this whole situation. Get the bends and everything, but like,
so the bends you actually have to be down for I was I'm certified scuba diver. The bends you actually
you're what?
A certified scuba diver. You actually have to be you have to go deep and then stay because it's the nitrogen bubbles
in your
in your
but
so like, going but I did like as she was getting dragged down I was like, man, her eardrums are gonna pop. This is then they did, and I was like, oh, go science.
That was so good. And then it's because like she's descending so fast, and like the quickness of her descension and like the pressure changes to
Yeah.
where she's going. Like, I don't know how she made that up. First of all, come on, like the rate that she was going, and then like, her eardrums popping, and she starts bleeding from the mouth.
Right.
First of all, there's other sharks. They should have like, oh, no. But it's like this whole shot. This whole shot was like beautiful for her. Like when she ascends from the water, it is like eerily, like it's in slow motion. It's hauntingly beautiful, but there's like blood coming out of her mouth, and then they go and it cuts to under Paris.
Yep.
And man, it's been 3 years later. We open up a shot at a like an aquarium, and she's trying to talk about like, you know, still trying to advocate for marine life.
Oh right. Oh
and,
yeah.
This little shithead kid is like, hey, why do you care so much? Your friends died.
See, I watched the dub, and the dub is more like, "Hey, I saw on the internet that your whole crew died because a shark ate them."
Yeah.
So it's it comes across a little different, but yeah.
No, this is like my super like stereotypical French voice. But I gotta say, if I was her, I was like, I'm gonna wait for your parents to die in a car crash. That way, when they do, I'm gonna follow you around and constantly remind you, "Oh, don't drive. You might die like your parents." like, like, like I understand, like little kids are like little psychopaths
Yeah. Oh yeah.
because that's all they care about. Also, I would have just slapped the kid. Because, you know, someone has to teach this kid that
Right.
there's some things you can't say.
And it looks like a little. It's because it's a bunch of kids, so like it looked like a school field trip
Like
or something.
6th grade or something.
Yeah, like the
right?
teacher should have said something.
Yeah, no, I
Grabbed
don't.
grabbed his iPad.
Yeah, I don't care who. No one's gonna stop me from slapping someone's child. But like for real, I was like, oh, don't let your parents die in any horrible fashion, because I will be there every day. Every day, I'll text you. I'll leave you voice messages, post notes. But like obviously she does get. I mean, anyone would get upset at this fucking comment, right?
Certainly a little flustered, yeah.
But then there's like this blue-haired girl in a raincoat, looking like the Morton Salt girl.
Yeah, she's kind of been following her around a little bit, like as she's doing the tour, a little stalkerish.
Yeah, but so like she's like, "Oh, hey, excuse me, Sophia, can I please have a moment of your time?" And she's like, "No, I'm sorry, I'm busy." She's like, "Oh, what about Tracker 7?" And she's like, "Oh, how do you know?"
Yo.
And she's like, "Oh, you know," she's like, "Come with me if you want to find out."
Yeah.
And so she takes her into like this abandoned mausoleum.
Yeah, well, she kind of explains that she's part of a group called SOS, Save Our Seas, or something like that.
She's like, "I'm surprised you haven't heard of us."
And part of what they're doing is they've got like some computer hackers, and they're hacking into like these tracker stations and turning off wild animals trackers.
Which I don't understand.
Because they were thinking that whaling ships and fishing ships and stuff were able to track them, and then so like it was basically like, it's not, hey, I'm gonna go out to the ocean and see if I can't catch a shark. They're like, I'm gonna go out to the ocean and then just look at my iPad and track down the sharks, and then just be able to pick them off real easy.
Yeah, and you know, like, but like I was like, there's an air of arrogance to this girl. It's that young, brash attitude. You know that, like, you know, you're like, oh, she's still filled with so much idea, like,
right? Yeah,
and
the ideals,
purpose,
but never has come across any like real confrontation. So like,
or consequences,
right? So just kind of feels that she's
but she tells
invulnerable.
All right, invincible.
Invincible.
Oh man, when you're 20, you're like, oh, what the fuck, everything. No hole has STDs. It's like that sort of invincibility. Like it's the type of shit that like makes you like jump off a building and like, I'm gonna hit this tree and be fine.
Yeah.
vulnerability, right? But she's like, look, number 7, she's in the Seine, which is like super relevant because like they're trying to do that right now is clean that river.
Yes.
That the shark is in. It's funny because they're like, yeah, the Paris, the president of France and the mayor of France will take a swim in it. Like, oh, now right now it's too dirty.
Yeah.
And so it's funny that this movie came out now, but they're like, she's here. We have to get her out of here. And she's like, what? It's impossible. Why is she in fresh water?
Right.
I'm like, we don't know, but she's here. She's moving. She's active. It's not like her body is floating.
Yeah.
It's actively moving. We gotta get her out of here. And Sophia's like, you don't know what you're talking about. Do not confront that shark.
Right.
And she's like, no, sharks are misunderstood. Sharks are friend, not food and dick pills.
Yeah, and then they kind of have they kind of follow the tracker, and they show like how far the shark has come to get there, like in this migration path. It's way farther than they expect.
Like, yeah,
like,
it's
that
like
kind of shark to swim.
But like no, and Sophia's trying to tell her like, oh, there was an accident. Oh, but the body was never found. Maybe Lilith ate it.
Right. Yeah.
And so like she's like, don't go there. You can't do it. You guys are fucking wet behind the ears. You guys are greenhorns.
Yeah.
So she goes home. And she kind of was like trying to unwind from this shitty day. She got mouthed off by like a 9-year-old that she should have slapped.
And then we get a little kind of subplot as we meet the police officers.
Yeah.
There's some people who are doing like magnet fishing, where they're running the magnets across through the channel and pulling stuff up, and they start pulling up or pull up a shell,
like a tank,
World War II. Tank artillery shell.
Yeah, it's just, this movie's Chekhov's gun.
Yep.
Because I was like, that's why are you showing? Oh, okay, never mind. I know what's gonna happen later.
So they call the police, and it's a fun way to have the police get involved in this, because now the police are like, oh hey, this shell's like, it's inert. We don't have to worry about it going off.
But it's all over the Seine.
Yeah,
like river. So we're still trying to clean this up.
Right, and then you kind of get that little side story where it's like the mayor or
the captain,
governess or whatever of this city has done her best to clean up these channels, and to like kind of kick off the Olympics. They're going to do the triathlon in there, and it's going to be the first time in 100 years anybody's been able to swim in it, because it's finally clean enough.
Quotes. Clean, right?
Yeah.
But no, and so that's that. Yeah, sorry, I forgot. And little side note for you guys. Me and the main actor almost share a birthday, so it's like we're twins.
But you look the same. And, yeah.
If I got buff, maybe. The guy's a professional. I think he's a professional kickboxer too. Or something. If he's like a kickboxer gone into acting, well done. Most martial artists kind of are not that great.
Right.
But he was pretty good in this movie. But no, yes.
And you get to see like the heart of these people, because like there's some homeless people, and they're like, how they're like, they're polite. They're not like douchebag police officers.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, just want to let you know you can't have your tents here. Here's some food for you and your wife.
Yeah.
When the triathlon's here, you can't be like
chilling here,
homeless at the starting line.
But no, yeah. So like you see that like these police people aren't terrible. But no, and so we cut back to what's her name, Maya. Or Micah, whatever, the young brash SOS girl,
right? Yeah,
the Morton Saw girl, and her partner, who I believe is her partner, maybe not. I think her name was like Ben or something. I don't know. These French names are weird to me. Yeah, it is Ben, freaking Nagisa Morimoto. And so she tries to go.
Is she in something else?
I believe so.
I feel like I recognized her, but then she was like French, so it was like Asian French.
I don't know, but
Morimoto just seems like a Japanese.
Moon Knight. She was in Moon Knight. Maybe you know her from that. But we gotta.
Okay, sorry.
No, and so she goes into this. She goes into the Senate looking for this shark.
Right.
And she kind of gets an idea of it, like she maybe like a feel of how big the shark is, but she almost is kind of close in danger, but not in danger.
Right.
She has like a brash encountering with this thing. So she gets out of the water because she finds like the wreckage of the car, but she sees like the mouth.
Oh right, yeah, bite marks or tear marks in the door and stuff in the car.
And and so she gets out and she's like, she's here. We have to. But like before she's able to descend, the police start coming.
Yeah.
And then so Ben has to she flees.
Right.
She has to get out of there. And so Mika, I think her name is Mika, she gets brought in by the police and she's like, there's sharks in this ending. You can't have this race there because it's going to aggravate her. And then she might start attacking and then you guys will kill her.
Yeah.
Because she's attacking. And they're like, there's no sharks. It's all a myth. Bullshit.
Yeah, you dumb 20-year-old.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so Sophia catches wind that she's been arrested.
Yeah.
And so she goes to the police and tries to explain to them.
Yeah, because she's got the tracker, so she's like, hey, I can show that, the tracker, at least, that was on the shark is now in the locks.
Yeah.
And so that...
But, they're like, here, let's go find the tracker. That way you guys can clear any rumors that could possibly pop up from this, right?
And the police, of course, are like, well, we're going to go in. Yeah. You're civilians. We're not allowing you in.
Yeah.
And
well,
then, of course,
but they have Sophia with them because she's an expert.
Right, yeah.
So as they're trying to look for it, the three police people are down there kind of diving, but they feel it. They feel the presence of this huge-ass shark.
And as they're getting close... Micah has Ben turn off
the tracker
because she's like they're gonna kill the shark. Oh. We can't let them kill it. We gotta just kind of usher it back into the ocean where it.
This isn't Free Willy, Mika. But no, yeah. So they turn it, and then Sophia, obviously like Adil, who is the main police officer, Adil or something like that. He's like, okay, yeah, there's still a shark. But then the three officers like, no, we felt it. We felt that there was a huge shark there. We might have caught it at the peripherals, but it was there. And he was like, okay. But then he kind of is rude to Sophia and stuff like that. But then as Sophia's leaving, she sees Mika, and she understands that Mika is the one who turned off the tracker.
Right.
And everything like that. And then so Adil goes back to the office, and he looks up Sophia and realizes oh my god,
who she is,
yeah,
what
she's done, what she's been through, and everything like that. And then and so he's just like, oh, I gotta go apologize to this girl later. But because of the confirmation from his team that there is a shark in the river, him and and his captain go to the mayor, and he's like, hey, we gotta take care of this shark situation.
And we totally get the
true villain.
We get the mayor of New York when the Ghostbusters show up, and they're like, we don't care about no ghosts. Ghosts are a figment of our imagination. We have
Yeah, but this is sharks. So this is a possibility. It's just it's funny because in any type of these movies, the real villain is the government. Or at least political figures.
Yes.
Not all, but if she's just
because in Jaws, same kind of thing. It was
the mayor was we can't stop the summer festival.
Right, summer festival. We have hundreds of people coming into town.
Yeah,
we can't stop it for one shark.
And this one is no, France has given us $1.2 billion.
Yep.
So you guys go ahead and take care of it. Whatever team that you need to put together to get the shark out of here, do it.
Yeah.
And so Adele goes back to Sophia. She looks like she's quitting the aquarium because she has her box of her things. But he goes over to her and he's like, hey, listen, I apologize. I didn't mean, I didn't know. I was very ignorant of who you were.
Right, yep.
And so it's a little nice, like little moment. And then she's like, "Hey, like we're gonna try to catch a shark. Can you come with us because you're the expert?"
Yeah.
And so she agrees and everything. But Mika and Ben have a whole nother plan.
Yeah.
And so she comes out with like some sort of YouTube, TikTok, Instagram thing about this whole like, oh, the sharks are dying. People keep eating them for dick pills and
yeah,
shit
it's
like that.
It's definitely the we gotta save the nature, save the oceans.
Yeah, you know, the past generations have left us to deal with this, so now we have to make sure that we can ensure the future, not like those boomers and those dinosaurs. And so she like rallies up a lot of people, and she's like, all right, you know, and she formulates this plan about using like echolocation,
like a sonar
to sort of herd the shark back to the sea. And so, but Ben is like very like cautious about this whole situation. So as Sophia and Adil are trying to formulate this plan to try to track this, you know, try to corner the shark and push it out that way or capture it and then send it back, because she got the backing of like Marine Life of France or something to help them with the situation.
Yeah.
Ben goes over there and he's like, hey, like, listen, Mika is off the fucking rails.
Right. And I don't want her to, you know, I hope her plan works, but I don't want her getting killed. And now she's rallied a bunch of people to follow her. Yeah. She's like a young... I can turn the tracker back on so you guys can find it. So that way you can save her before she gets eaten.
I know. Mika is like a young Charles Manson right now for sea life.
Right, yo.
But
cult leader.
Some cult leaders super charismatic, you know, just another Waco waiting to happen. Yep. But they find out that the shark is under the old catacombs.
Right, so it is literally under Paris.
It's terrifying to know that there's more catacombs that are underwater. And so they formulate this whole plan, like the police formulate this plan to sort of stop this whole situation from happening. Save all these stupid fucking young impressionable protesters or whatever you want to call them, this young group that's going to get themselves killed from the shark. And so all these things are kind of happening all at once. But Mika, she has like some sort of like sonar thing, and she like throws it in and she gets in the water.
Right.
And as the police are coming, like they kind of start to try to herd everybody. But as they're doing that, the shark starts to come up. And huge fin. It's gotten bigger.
But no, the shark starts to come up, and it's only like her size.
Yeah. And I know that. No, but like the first fin that comes up is the mama shark, and then another fin comes up.
Yeah.
Which is the baby shark, and you're like, oh no, do.
Yep.
But like that's when Sophia realizes, oh, she's made it.
Yeah, and Mika's like, no, look. It's just a little one. They're not they're not aggressive. So my plan will definitely work.
Yeah, because like I know where you're thinking, but the one that kills Mika is the mama shark.
Oh yeah,
and that is like almost like a whale sized shark or something like that. But like no, yeah, and it seems like very. It was a little spoiler for like the next 2 minutes that's about to come up. But, Mika thinks, like, oh, everything is fucking honky-dory and everything.
Right, and then Sophia's like, if it's a baby, mom's gonna get mad.
Yeah, because you're touching her baby. Your stupid human fingers touching the baby. And then all of a sudden, boom, grabs, I don't know, lifts Mia up like a orca does to a seal. And
it's an impressive shot.
I mean, it's funny too because Adele he swims up, tries to save her, and all that stuff, but doesn't get there in time. Yeah, Mika gets thrown up into the air and then chomped on, and then like we get a really cool shot of underneath the water, and then the baby starts eating Mika too, and then rips her in half like a goddamn Twix bar, or no, a Kit Kat.
Yeah.
And now everyone's panicked. Everyone's.
Right, and they're all on this like little ledge overlooking this like central atrium what the sharks are in. But now they're panicking to get out, and the ledge is only like a couple feet wide, so they're kind of pushing and shoving to get out.
It's wet.
People are falling in.
Oh man, Ben dies super. Like she dies like a goddamn Black Friday shopper. She gets trampled on and drowned, and people are just getting like dragged in, falling in, and people are just getting eaten left and right.
One of the police officers loses an arm.
Leo for Leo. Yeah, no, but Leo, you know, he was trying to see, he was saving people, though. I was like, man, what a good police officer.
Right.
Because before he even tried to get out, he was ushering people back onto the ledge, and unfortunately, it becomes shark food. And so, and then, like, they go into this hallway, like, all these people that are, like, out of their mind with this whole situation.
Right, yeah.
Are just allowing themselves to like be like, it's like almost like a sushi conveyor belt for these fucking sharks, because they just line up in a narrow hallway. It's like it's like the scene from Old Boy.
Yeah, and now you're like under the impression from the carnage that there's probably a half dozen sharks down there.
It is insane. And I believe there was another way to get in. You know what I mean? I think that was just the way that the police took to kind of surprise Mika and everything.
Right.
But the next shot is of everybody at the hospital. There's people,
carnage.
Amputated. There's people missing limbs all over this goddamn hospital. And then Adele and Sophia finally have a chance to sit down. Lets you know that Haribo gummy bear solves all problems, because he offers her a Haribo gummy bear. And, and, you know, the mayor at this point is like, oh, what am I supposed to do? So many people dead, but we have 24 hours for the triathlon. I know you love it. This is like a mix of like Jean-Claude Van Damme and Pepe Le Pew.
Right, yeah.
But she's like, this shit still has to happen, so it's gonna happen.
Right, yeah.
Which is insane. And Sophia's like, are you out of your mind?
Yeah, and she's basically just like, well, as police, I told you to take care of this. You couldn't. So now the military's just gonna step in, and you guys are just out.
Yeah, you guys are security for the parade or whatever.
Yeah.
And but someone comes to get Adele, and there is one of the sharks that they started popping shots off into the pool, and they do end up killing one shark, the baby shark.
Yep.
And so Sophia, she brings up, she was like, let's go autopsy it.
Yeah.
And so like it's her and Adele. I gotta say, is it Adele, or I'm saying it like it's like everybody loves things you do. Yeah, it is Adele. Yeah. And she's sort of explaining like the physiology of the shark, but she's like, this is like kind of strange. Like, look at her teeth. This is no more than like 2-3 months old.
Yeah. Right.
And she's like talking about like somewhere like in her nostrils where like they've adapted to be able to breathe in fresh water.
Right. Yep.
But then she feels her stomach and she's like, that's strange. And then she pops that bitch open, and a whole bunch of anchovies come out. No, it's a whole bunch of baby
sharks. And he's like, wow, this shark is literally 3 years from being a reproductive age.
Yeah, she's so far from sexual maturity. She should be able to conceive. And now Sophia's like, and she's in her thought bank, you know? And she's like, holy shit, these... Lilith is I thought these were Makos, but they are a brand new species because they're able to procreate without needing a male.
Right.
What does she call it? Like anamorphic or whatever. Some science word. That says like, you know, it's like a starfish, you know.
Yeah.
You just cut off a starfish, and then there's like another starfish. And so she's like, we have to stop this. Otherwise, they will rule the oceans. There will be nothing left in the oceans.
How quickly these are reproducing and how aggressive they are going to be the dominant species in the ocean.
There will be nothing left in the ocean.
If they get out to the
right? Because I mean, you might have a Leviathan there, but if it's like a Leviathan versus a billion sharks,
Right. Yeah.
even a god will fall. That's not a quote in the movie. That's straight from me. But no, and so they devise this plan, and Adil is like talking to his team. He's like, "Listen, I need 2 to 3 people to stop this. We have to stop this here right now. This is it right now, And so like 3 of them are like, "Folio, we will help," But then one guy's like the realist guy's like, "I'm sorry, I have a family."
Yeah, he's like, I just have a new baby that's been born. I can't be eaten by a shark.
Yeah. Which is like real, and so
Right, especially since they're not even supposed to be there.
yeah.
If
And
if it was their job, then it's different. But
no, even if it's their job, I was like, I'm not going back in the water, dog. But no, and he has 2 people from the bomb squad, and they're like, they've completely mapped out this whole plan. They're like, we're gonna set up bombs. We have these bomb people.
right,
So they devise this huge plan to kill the nursery, because that's what Sophia believes why Lilith has come here.
yeah,
Because there's not a lot of places for a shark to do this and everything. And Paris under the catacombs is like...
right. Now she's found this perfect breeding area.
Mm-hmm. To be able to grow her babies and go out into the world. And so they start to execute this plan. Meanwhile, the mayor has started the triathlon.
Right.
And it is terrifying, right? Because what's underneath the water, and you're just like, oh man, these guys are freaking, what was it, fruit gushers for the sharks, man. And so the plan is going off, not without a hitch, no hitch or whatever the saying is, and they're able to make it almost like all the way into like the belly of the nursery.
Right. Yep.
And when they open the flares up, and they
right
pan up,
and they were thinking there was 6, and all of a sudden it is Vin Diesel blowing fire on the dark planet, and there is just
a school of sharks,
a massive school of sharks.
Yeah, and Sophia's looking, and she can't find Lilith. She's like, "Where the fuck is Lilith, man?" But then they're like, "There is no time. We have to do this now." But the upstairs team obviously is able to. They have like a little escape hatch that they need to weld off, and so that's their job and everything. They almost get stopped by the military police until the captain is like, "Let them through."
Yeah.
So that's all happening, and so the team in the nursery starts to sort of they start to plant the C4 all over to get it ready.
Right. Yep.
But all of a sudden the sharks get aggressive. Maybe they can read their thoughts. I don't know. But they all of a sudden
I guess you also their food.
I know, but it's just like out of nowhere they start. Because they were there for a cool minute, and one of the bomb people who was supposed to arm the explosives, he's the first one to get eaten.
Right.
But one of the Adil's team members sees the thing, and he's like, someone has to do it.
Yeah. So
he goes for it. He activates it, and he's like, "Go, run, get to the chopper." But Adil is, he doesn't want to let his friend die. Right. And like we do learn earlier on, I believe he says this to Sophia when he goes to apologize, but he's like, "Oh, like I left my, I think she asked like, why'd you leave the military?" And he has this whole spiel of like how his team was supposed to come in, rescue the French hostages.
Oh, right. Yes.
He leaves before that happens because he was afraid of dying, which is it's fair, dude.
Right.
But then like, his team does free the hostages, but his whole team ends up dying. So he has that whole chip on his chip on his shoulder that he doesn't want to leave anyone behind anymore. Yeah. And that's why he's like been such he's been trying to be a hero this whole time. But no, Sophia starts to drag him away as the explosion goes off, and it's pretty big.
Right. Yep.
And so, and we could assume that it's been able to sort of bury a decent amount of this school. That's, but obviously, mommy shark is not.
Well, and so yeah, so they the explosion goes off. It collapses underwater. They get to the boat. They're kind of half concussed because they were pretty close to the explosion.
Yeah.
Once everybody gets she's like, everybody's okay, Sophia's like, I'm going to go back down, and I got to make sure that it closed off, at least closed off the opening.
Yeah.
Because if we have to go back in there and, hunt them down, that's one thing, but we can't have this open while swimmers are in here, because that's just...
Yeah. But obviously, there is still 20 minutes left in this movie. Obviously, Mommy Shark is not
Right.
Because she bursts out there like the Kool-Aid Man.
Yo.
And turns over the boat. And unfortunately, the two other officers get eaten. And you think it's going to come back and eat Sophia and Adele. But then he's like, oh, wait, there's more fruit gushers over there.
What? Right, yeah. Well, why am I going to take these few that are here when there's a whole buffet on the other side?
Yeah, and this part is really cool because as it tries to move towards it, it's a nice little visualization that it gets caught in the net or whatever, but then it just bursts through that net, and it has the little floaties following it, so it's just oh, look, death's coming. The guy with the family comes and saves the other two, and everything like that, but the shark... Lilith starts picking off these swimmers one by one. The kayak guy sees it. I think he's the pacemaker or whatever they call him, or the just making sure nobody drowns. And he sees it, and it is complete panic mode. And everyone's "What's happening?"
And a lock it's got walls, so that things don't so that the city doesn't flood. So when these people start to notice what's going on, and they swim to the side, there is not a beach or a walkway, a path. There's
ladder.
Nothing to get out. There is just a wall.
What was asked is that some people were trying to help some of these swimmers out, and then some of these swimmers are throwing the people that are...
And in a panic, that's...
Yeah, you're just trying to get over the wall.
Right. Stomp on people,
but the best view is of the mayor, because then we see this shark come out of the water like Free Willy, like an orca, and everyone is just shocked, one at the size, and and also it friggin' eating these swimmers. And so the army starts to blast. They start circling this, and then Adele is trying to radio in, you have to stop shooting. The shells, the shells, and there's snipers all over the place. Start shooting, and the shark starts to kind of run away, but then she starts to stir up all the shells on the bottom.
Right, yeah. By swimming down low and then swimming fast, it starts to
kick up the debris. And one of these shells, it only takes one. First of all, is this the shark's fault? Not really. This is the city's fault for not having done a clean sweep.
Right. If they were supposed to be cleaning the locks, they left a lot of crap on the bottom.
Not even just one or two shells. It was enough to start a god dang chain reaction.
Yeah.
That pretty much floods Paris.
Right.
It is.
Because the shells start to go off in succession down the lock. Then it blows the end
Bridges.
where the it basically causes a tsunami of water to flood the city.
And the dumbest, this movie isn't really filled with a huge amount of dumb things, but the dumbest thing that the main character has done in this entire movie was watch this explosion go off without trying to swim a boat away from it, because they're in one of those what is it, those swamp vehicle boats.
Yeah.
Right. Or maybe not that.
Like a pontoon, but a little bit better than pontoon.
Yeah.
boat.
I was I feel like if you had seen the first explosion, I'd be like, oh, let's go. Turn this bitch around. We gotta go. We gotta beat this fucking wave.
I guess as a police officer, still you've had the, or the military too. You have that obligation, like that mental obligation of, we know that there's still people here. We gotta stay.
Oh, no.
And
no, but you also know that this whole river is filled with these explosions, and they're just going off one by one. You still got to be alive to save people.
Right, yeah,
you know what I mean?
And you don't want the explosions to start coming the other direction.
I mean, they're
both directions. That'd be even worse.
Yeah, but like, you know where the starting point is, so you can kind of at least, you got to be alive to save people. Right. That's all I gotta say, right?
True.
And by the end of it, right? Sophia, who's again the Laura Croft of Sharks, is still fucking alive.
Yep.
And she saves Adele again.
Yep.
And she kind of gets on the top of like a bus stop or something.
I think it's a taller building than that. It's like a...
Oh no, because like we do get a shot of it, so it's just like maybe like 10 feet high, but it's a singular plot.
So I thought it was like the roof of like a 2-story kind of building.
No, I think no, it looks like the top of like a bus stop. It's flooded, but it's not like flooded to where it's like taking over like 2-3 stories. Because we like, on the overhead shot, you get the perspective.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
But as she looks around, there are fins everywhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and they're now on top of, like you said, this like 10-foot tall. Like they're sitting on top of a bus stop. Yeah. And there's water now.
There's water
there's
everywhere.
There's no easy where to swim to. They're stuck there till somebody comes and saves them.
Yeah.
They're lost.
Yeah, they're not. They're food.
Yeah.
You know, the sharks are already like jumping out of the water eating things, so they're probably gonna get eaten too.
Right. And
the movie cuts the credits, but on the credits we start to see maps of cities.
Yeah.
And we see the red lines taking over all the water portions of it, and it's sharks.
Right.
But yeah.
And you get some couple little like clips of like subways that are flooded, and like the sharks just like swimming through like the subways.
Well, I think that was France because everything was
So it was like it showed that they were like, now they have moved much further into the city because
it is. You know, as bad as it is, I mean, it's like if these sharks are reproducing at a high rate, you kind of have food. Right? You kind of have a fast, ready supply of shark food.
Right.
You just gotta hunt them.
Right.
But I mean, as long as the world doesn't become like Waterworld, you kind of have a good amount of sharks to kind of eat.
Hopefully, people enjoy shark meat.
Well, you're gonna have to.
You're gonna have to.
Yeah. After a while, you're just like, shark stew. But that is the end of the movie. Now let's go to our other section, high star, low star.
So we got a 10 out of 10. One of the best endings I've seen lately. First of all, this is not a film made for awards, and this felt like, and this is felt from start to finish. The pace suffers sometimes. The shark should be better made, and presentations and the blood is given sparingly. If it still allows gory scenes, at least it should be until the end. Anyway, it does not have any major defect. On the contrary, the scenes in the catacombs are very good. Karma does its job, but I wrote this review just to give you the hint. The ending is fantastic. In fact, I scored a 7 movie with 10 precisely because of the last few minutes. It's one of the best endings I've seen in a while.
I think this is one of those reviews that got from French to English.
Possibly, yep.
We got 1 out of 10. You probably better off watching a movie about a radioactive snake or crocodile, which is within Colby's wheelhouse, with lots of bimbos, because at least that movie was never taken seriously. this is a mess from start to finish and doesn't really keep you glued to the screen, I just hard disagree. You can tell it had a decent budget, but that's about the only decent thing about this film. The lighting is good, acting is meh, script is horrendous, and the outcome is just a pure mess. I don't know what they wanted to achieve with this film, but I think it's probably one of those, we need a new Netflix movie to keep up with the trend for at least another week. Nah, man, I think this movie was like a lot of fun.
Right, and even like with that what you're saying, like one seems harsh on, like, I don't know, just I'm like, not every movie deserves a 10, but like a movie's gotta
Be fun.
terrible
Yeah.
to get a 1. Like
Yeah, like House Shark.
yeah, punch you in the taint. Yeah, no, I actually thought the acting was for a movie like this was
Pretty good.
pretty good, like
Especially
better
from-
than like, I mean, like
This was no Sharknado.
right. It wasn't campy. It wasn't, Sharktopus. It wasn't a sci-fi. Like, I mean, to me, the special effects, the shark
kills?
presentation
Yeah.
was never did I was like, oh, look at a computerized shark.
Yeah.
Like, they did a really good job covering up
Like
of
a
the
lot, yeah.
CGI in the water and stuff.
Yeah, no, I thought it was clean in the water. Maybe the shark jumps when the shark jumps out of the water. That's probably where it was like the worst. But even then, it was still pretty decent.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I guess maybe it's like I'm spoiled. Like, I watch so many sci-fi
Shark movies.
shark movies and asylum movies and stuff where you're like, oh, look at the big CGI shark flying through the air. And so this looked really clean for what they had.
Yeah, no, yeah. I thought this, like, especially with the practical effects with the actual shark that they did the autopsy in.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really cool, man. Like when they cut the shark open and like all the little baby sharks came out, I was like, oh man, just can those suckers right now.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
And they didn't over gore fest it. Like, I mean, they could have
yeah.
could have really tried to make this like horror movie worth of gore, especially when all those people had fallen in the water in the little atrium underground thing.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that, and I didn't feel like I missed it. It wasn't like, oh man, this needed a lot more blood. I felt like it
had an appropriate amount.
an appropriate amount. Yeah.
And if this movie was supposed to be some sort of like if it had an underlying theme of like wanting to protect the ocean, it was there, but it wasn't like so shoved in your face.
Right.
They did it more with like visuals, like of the plastic island. It was like, oh man, that's terrible.
That was the only real time. And
Yeah.
then you got the little speech from the activist, but I mean, she was an activist, so I'm like,
But like
it
even
would have been inappropriate for her not to say those things.
But even with like Sophia talking about how like the possible the plastics and the pollution of the ocean has caused marine life to start to evolve into something more.
Right.
That was in the movie, but it wasn't so like shoved down your throat that you're just like, oh brother, like
Right, you got the same amount as you would if you're walking through SeaWorld. I mean,
Yeah.
like, of course, SeaWorld, they're like, hey, make sure you protect the oceans. Don't throw your plastics in there.
Yeah.
But it's not like,
yeah, this movie is about pollution. Oh,
I mean, I actually almost worried at the very beginning when the shark ate all the guys, and then she jumped in and she's like aiming the spear gun at it, and the shark kind of just stops. I was like, are they going to be like girl power? Girl shark's not going to eat the girl swimmer? And then
no, and then she tries to drag this girl to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, okay, that's dumb me.
And I think that was like a super cool like attention to details, like the eardrums popping and like her having internal bleeding from like the pressure.
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
And they tried with the science. I mean, obviously,
it's not perfect.
It's a movie. It's supposed to be a thriller. You let a lot of things go in a Fast and Furious movie on like what a car can do.
Are you saying that a car can't go into space?
you have to kind of let those those boundaries, for the sake of action and the sake of.
But even then, like, this wasn't a too far stretch.
Right. Oh yeah. No.
Like,
exactly.
so
This wasn't Sharknado going into space. There we go.
Yeah, this isn't Ludacris and Tyrese in space. In a fucking car. No, yeah, no. Man, I gotta say too, like the story kept me engaged. You're like, oh man, how did she get so big? I was like, oh, now she mated. Now there's two of them.
Right.
And then like the reveal of her being able to reproduce asexually or whatever that term is supposed to be.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that's even terrible. But in my head, I was just like, oh, is it? But I guess like that would ruin the marine ecosystem, right? If it's just all sharks.
Right.
Or would those sharks start to cannibalize each other as well?
I think they would probably have to, but they wouldn't do that till they've exhausted their food sources.
But at the rate that they're like breeding and like reproducing,
right,
it probably would have taken like a year tops or something like that. Then are you like, oh man, we keep farming these sharks, but now we have mad shark disease. Because at some point, if there's all these like super sharks out there,
right,
eating and feeding all the time, like at some point they're gonna exhaust the ocean of its like.
Oh right, and they would have to continue to migrate.
Yeah,
and they would just basically.
Yeah, they would
wipe the ocean clean
of food, and then like obviously then they might have to start to evolve again to. Maybe they're like, these are the Antarctic super sharks. They're different. So I don't know. We're not biologists, so we don't know. But it's just like, yeah, as some like human life can't be done. Like it's not like they've fucking extinct humanity.
Right. Yeah, no, they're just messing up our oceans. But yeah, there was no indication that they were going to be growing legs and coming on land, or
is that the movie that you're waiting for, Colby? Is when now it's like half man, half shark.
Yeah, I actually looked. I was like, so first of all, like the review I read, I thought it was a fantastic ending. Like I in no way expected the movie to end where the sharks win. Like I was like, wow. It's over. The sharks are alive and they have won. This is, but yeah, because you always expect the people to win. So it was a great ending. I agree with the review I read. But it does also leave like you've Sophia's alive. Now the sharks are. I was like, is there a sequel coming? And I looked it up and they were like, there was zero plan for a sequel. This was a one and done, but it has done so well that there is a possibility that
for a sequel,
there's enough money thrown our way that we could figure out some way to make a sequel. But it was not intended to be a.
Oh, now the sharks are growing wings. Now they're in the air.
Right. See, and then. But that would take it to a silly place.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh yeah, the wing sharks. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it would be pretty interesting to see like a different. Like it would be cool if they made it like into a regional thing. Now it's like under Tokyo.
Right.
Or something like that, or like they had like under Bangkok or something. Yeah, it would be kind of cool. Like if they made it like. All right, let's pass it off to Japan. See what they could do about it.
Each country gets their chance to make a
to make a shark
spin-off of it.
I guess technically you already have a live action shark with legs, because in Zombie 100 there was a zombie shark with legs.
Yep.
Oh yeah, but this movie. Ton of fun. But we're coming up to our hour, so first of all, I want to thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to check out all our other months down below. We have a crazy amount of episodes for you to gorge on. We have anything and everything for everybody. There's no way that you're like these guys haven't talked about this genre yet.
Yeah. And if we haven't, hit us up on our social medias and then tell us what genres you want us to review, or if
delve
you have
into.
specific movies that we can create a genre around. I mean, like, hey, talk to us.
Yeah. But the way that we do our reviews is we have 4 different sections. We have Stream It, DVD, Blu-ray, and the Ultimate Box Collection. Kobe, where are you at for this one?
Oh, I don't know which we're getting with Ultimate Box Collection till we get a sequel, or we're throwing this in with some other shark movies. I don't know. I've definitely picked this up on Blu-ray because I feel like there would be I feel like in my heart that that this was at least 45 minutes longer, and they cut it down.
This
so
movie's already pretty long. Too.
Yeah,
it's like an hour 45.
I feel like there's got to be cut scenes. There's a director's cut out there somewhere.
Like extra special shark kills or anything. Yeah, I think this would. I'd have to warrant this. This is like Blu-ray worthy. This is like almost like this is like Tucker and Dale versus Evil shark movie equivalent of like sort of, turning the head on the shark movie genre. I don't know where down the line we had this kind of.
Somebody had put, and I'd never heard this term before, but they called it a sharksploitation movie.
Yeah.
It was like, yes.
And like, I don't know where down the line that like people are just like, let's make shark movies. And it's just people out there like Colby that just like, oh yeah, let's make more shark movies. Next thing you know, there's gonna be like a shark clown movie.
I think there is.
Oh my god.
I think there is. But there's the 2-headed, 3-headed, 4-headed, 5-headed, 6-headed shark attack. There's the Sharknadoes, obviously, but there's zombie shark, and there's house shark, and
there's snow
shark, snow shark. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
The shark that swims through the snow up on the Alps.
And I'm just still like mad because I remember when you still had the shop, we were still coming up with other different animal style movies like Volcano.
Right. Yep.
Gorilla Cane. Oh, there's but like everyone's so freaking fixated on sharks.
Yep.
Oh man, but first we want to thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to check out our links down below to talk to us.
Yeah, and like I said, our socials, we got a Twitter, Facebook, Threads, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube.
Anything and everything for you guys.
Like them all, like one of them, follow us. I feel like Twitter's kind of been like my haven. I've been trying to post a whole lot of stuff on Twitter. Right. It just seems to be the easiest thing to actively.
You do it during a coffee break or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. But we try to hit throw stuff up on all those things, and then we always look whenever we have a new episode drop, which is weekly. Always post it up there on what day it drops.
Yeah, for you guys. Oh man, thank you guys for joining us. My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. If you guys want to check out the theme music, it is Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage. It's on our album Music Podcast 3, and the Bandcamp is down below.